Hello students, Industries Part 2. In this video we'll discuss about the topics factors affecting the location of industries. After that, industrial system and the main industrial regions in the world. So let's start the video with the topic factors affecting location of industries. In the previous video we discussed about what is industry and what is the classification of industries. There are so many kinds of industries on various bases. We have discussed about this in the previous video. In this video we'll discuss that where industries will be located, factors affecting location of industries, that why the industries are located on a particular place or in a particular region. For example, in India, iron industries, iron and steel industries is located in Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Right? Why? What is the reason? For example, cotton industries, cotton textile industries is located mostly in Gujarat, near Ahmedabad, Surat, Vadodara, etc., Gandhinagar, and Maharashtra. Clear? In the same way, jute industries, most of the jute industries are located in the Hooghly Basin region. Hooghly Basin region. So what is the reason behind this? That why these industries are centralized on a particular place or in a particular region. So what are the causes? What are the factors affecting the location of these industries in these particular regions? So let's discuss about this. There are several factors affecting the location of industries. So I am telling you one by one that what are the main factors. First, raw material. This is the very important. Raw material. Availability of raw material decides the location of industries. For example, iron and steel industries are located or centralized in the Chota Nagpur Plateau region because iron ore is the raw material in iron and steel industry. And in Chota Nagpur Plateau region, iron ore is found in abundance. So in this way, the raw material is available. Most of the sugar mills are located in UP. Why? Because sugarcane is available there in abundance. Jute mills are located in West Bengal because jute is the major production. Jute is mainly found in West Bengal. So raw material is very important. Raw material decides the location of industries. So this is the main factor affecting the location of industries. If raw material is available, industry can be set up. Second is land. Land should be available for industrial location. If in a particular region there is no land availability for industries, so industries cannot be set up in that particular region. So land availability should be there. Labor. Without labor we cannot set up industries. Without labor it is not possible to set up industries. So without labor we cannot run the industries, to run the machines, to do other kinds of physical or skillful work, unskillful work. So for that purpose we need labor. So labor is another factor, right? Next one is power. Power supply is also very necessary factor. Without power we cannot run the machines, we cannot run the industries. So for industries power supply should be there. Next one is transport. Transport facility must be available in that particular region where you are going to set up the industries. So in particular regions in the world, wherever transport facility is available, including sea routes as well as road transport and with railway transport. So all kinds of means are available of transport like railways, roadways and sea routes. So the main concentration of industries is located in that particular region where transport facility is available. Next one is market. Market should be available. Without markets, there is no need of industries. If you are going to set up the industry, definitely will see where is the nearby market. So if market is the nearby, availability of market is there, so industries can be set up on that particular place. Next one is government policies. Government policies are also very important factor affecting the location of industries. If the government policies are liberal or positive without any kind of big barriers, they allow the industries to be set up. So in that particular region, the industries will be set up. Today, various countries are giving the relaxations to the MNCs, right, to be set up in the particular region. In India, SEZ, special economic zones have been set up by the central government to attract the multinational companies, right, to invest in India. So this is another factor. And one more factor, banking. Because banking is very necessary, with the help of banking, industries or industrialists can arrange money. Clear? So banking is also very necessary. Next one is capital. Capital is a very important factor. So without capital, we cannot run the industry. Capital can be physical capital or working capital. Fixed capital, working capital. So it is physical capital. Clear? For example, you need machines. You need land, you will have the need of raw material. So all kinds of things are capital, and money also, right? So this is capital. So dear students, these are the factors affecting the location of industries, due to which the industries are set up in various places or in particular regions. So now we'll discuss about industrial system. So let's discuss about the topic. So next topic is industrial system. What is the industrial system? Industrial system consists of three main things, that is inputs, number one, second is processes, third one is outputs. Clear? What are inputs? Inputs means raw material. Raw material is input, because only with the help of raw material we convert the things from raw material into useful things. Land, we set up the industry on land. This is called cost of land is the input. Clear? Labor, machines, etc. Capital, money, that is input. So these are the inputs. What is processes? Processes means this is the process in which raw material is converted into useful things or products, finished goods. Clear? So this is the processes through the machines in industries machines in the industries. So this is processes in which all these kinds of inputs are used through the processes to convert raw materials into useful products. Here the product or finished good, product or income is the output. So this is the industrial system. I hope that you have understood. If we take example of any industry, for example cotton textile industry. So industrial system with the help of the example of cotton textile industry. So cotton, raw cotton is the input, laborers are the input, machines are the input, and land, cost of land, capital, etc. are the inputs. So after that the processing. So what is the processing in cotton textile industry? Ginning, weaving, right, and spinning, dyeing, printing. These are the processes. Clear? And after that we have made a shirt using these kinds of raw material and through these processes. So a shirt is the output or with the help of the shirt, by selling the shirt in the market, the income is also called the output, right? So this is the industrial system. Now dear students, we'll discuss about the major industrial regions in the world with the help of the map, right? So let's discuss about the main industrial regions. So now we'll discuss about industrial regions. What do you understand by industrial regions? Industrial regions emerge when a number of industries locate close to each other. Means many industries are located at one place, so that particular region is known as industrial region. Clear? Various industries are located. So major industrial regions of the world are Eastern North America, Western and Central Europe, Eastern Asia, and major industrial regions tend to be located in the temperate areas near seaports and especially near coal fields, because power is the essential thing, and markets also, transport also, as we have discussed before a short while. So with the help of this map we can understand the main industrial location or industrial regions in the world. See here, North America, this is Anglo-American manufacturing belt, this one. And Western America, this is San Francisco Bay, Los Angeles, this one. Some central industrial belts, Central American. So this is Central America, including Mexico City in Mexico, and Caracas in South America, Bogota, South America, Ecuador, Lima, and after that eastern part, Bahia Coast, Southeast Brazil, Montevideo, this one, and Santiago on the western coast of South America. These are the industrial regions. Clear? And some belts. So this belt was in North America, about we have discussed, and this Central Europe, entire Europe, and after that Northern Asia and Eastern Asia. So this is another industrial belt. If we talk about the industrial regions, so we have discussed about the industrial regions of North America and South America. If we come to Africa, this is northern part of Africa, including this one, Egypt, and central countries between Asia and Africa, Western Asian countries, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, and Khartoum, this is in Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Nairobi in Kenya, Durban and Cape Town in South Africa. And if we come to Asia or in Europe, so we have discussed about Europe. These are the major industrial regions in Europe, and this is in Russia, and here Ganga Valley region, this is industrial region. This is Mumbai Pune region, Chennai, and some parts in Indonesia like Java. In Australia, Perth, Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne. These are the major regions. And some Eastern Asian countries including Japan, here Manila, and some parts of China, East Northern China and Korea. So these are the main regions and the world industrial belt in the world. Next one is industrial disaster. What is industrial disaster? Due to industries, various kinds of problems are faced by human beings. Among these, some have become disasters. So in industries, accidents, disasters mainly occur due to technical failure or irresponsible handling of hazardous material. For example, on 3 December 1984, 2 or 3 December night, in the night of 2nd and 3rd December 1984 in Bhopal, around 12:30 am, It was a technologically accident in which highly poisonous methyl isocyanate (MIC) gas along with hydrogen cyanide and other reaction products leaked out of the pesticide factory of Union Carbide. The official death toll was 3,598 at that time in 1989. Thousands who survived still suffer from one or many ailments like blindness, impaired immune system, and gastrointestinal disorders, etc. So these are the various kinds of diseases uh, caused due to this incident. In another incident on 23 December 2005, this is out of India, due to gas well blowout in Gao Kiao, Chongqing in China. 243 people died, 9,000 were injured, and 64,000 were evacuated. Many people died because they were unable to run after the explosion, and those who could not escape in time suffered burns to their eyes, skin, lungs from the gas. So, dear students, in this way, with the example of two incidents, we have understood that what kind of industrial disasters can be very hazardous. Risk reduction measures, how can we avoid them and how can we reduce the risk due to these incidents. Densely populated residential areas should be separated far away from the industrial regions or industrial areas. It means industries should be set up in non-residential areas. First thing. Another thing, people staying in the vicinity of industries should be aware of the storage of toxins or hazardous substances and their possible effects in case if an accident occurs. This is very important step. Fire warning and fighting system should be improved so that risk could be reduced, and storage capacity of toxic substances should be limited, and pollution dispersion qualities in the industry should be improved so that the risks can be reduced due to these hazards. Next topic is distribution of major industries in the world, where the major industries are located. So about the industries we'll study here. Iron and steel industries. So about this thing we'll discuss in the next video.